Peace and blessings, bitch. So I was attempting to do the live stream and then there was very loud outside noises happening. So I think I'm just going to record it in two parts. But anyways, hi. I am Sage in Spirit and this is it was supposed to be the fucking Restoring Balance, Living in Alignment live free workshop by me. So yeah, we'll just do the first part here. We will be discussing what exactly it means to be balanced, to live in alignment with our highest timeline for our highest good, all the trigger words that you can think of in the spiritual community. I will teach you how to crack the code, find your rhythm, all that fun stuff. You will learn that life is, or this thing that we call life is an algorithm, and it's no mystery. I will teach you the three-part model that is based off of the mind, the body, and the soul. I will teach you all of the associated symptoms like depression and anxiety, because those are really big, very prevalent issues in our world, in our society today. So, let's kick this shit off, shall we? First question, and this is a question that I need you to keep in your head as we go along, is what is your biggest, yes you, motherfucker, what is your biggest struggle in your current waking life right now? What do you struggle with the most? Specifically, mentally. What is your biggest mental struggle? I'll wait. You can even pause the video. Hold up. I'll pause that shit for you. Okay, so if you are somebody who has experienced depression, anxiety, psychosis, hopelessness, craziness, feelings of such great overwhelm, all that you are lacking is an outlet and a channel for the massively abundant influx of knowledge that lives in the crown chakra, third eye. Crown chakra is more of a portal, I say, to your higher self, God, source, universe type shit. Okay? You are just experiencing a massive influx, abundance of knowledge that has no channel, no outlet to flow through in order for different ideas and realizations to manifest and exist. That's all depression and anxiety is. Literally, quite simply put, that is all that it is. I think that we as humans, we try to complicate things far beyond what they should and what the issue is. And we get hung up more on how hard something is versus what the actual issue may be, if that makes sense. Okay, next part of that three-part model is the body. We must first regulate and then act. We cannot go out doing super awesome, wicked cool shit without regulating and first deciding and sticking with that decision. We cannot do anything with that point. If you're over here and then trying to be over there, that does not work. You have to put in the steps, you have to do the work in order to get the result. So if you're going all in, which is really just code word for half-assing something, and then you have the audacity to say, well, this didn't happen or that didn't happen, that's because you didn't decide. You did not decide. You did not regulate your emotions, your feelings, first off, in order to have the clarity, the knowing, that higher knowing of, okay, yes, I definitely want to be here, I definitely want to do this, so that I can get X, Y, and Z as a result. Now, I will give you a fucking perfect example of that. We'll use myself. I wanted to start my business, Sage in Spirit, which is a spiritual business. I do a whole lot of different things within the business, but I was incredibly fucking nervous and scared when I shouldn't have been, because everything in life is a risk. I was scared to register. I was scared to start. So that's where procrastination comes in. And I was freaking out. I was like, oh my God, well, what if I register my business and I'm gonna have to worry about money things and like legal things and whatnot. There came a day where I literally I sat myself down. I actually put myself in timeout and I was like, Sage, you need to decide Okay, are we doing this or no? Because even if you register and you're like, oh, okay, cool, sage and spirit, this is what I'm doing, but then you don't actually do anything with it, and then you bitch and you complain and you say, oh, well, I'm not making money, or this result didn't happen, you don't have the right to do that. Because clearly you didn't decide, therefore, you didn't take the necessary steps after that decision to put forth the steps to get the result. So, the association with that spiritually is that you have to address the pain first. You have to address what is causing me to feel scared, what is causing me to feel unsure in this moment, the why. Why am I feeling this way? Why do I feel as if I am not able to take a risk? Why do I feel as if I'm not worthy of achieving greatness and success and abundance and prosperity and all those buzzwords? You have to sit with yourself in those moments. You have to address the pain. And this is something that I tell my students and I tell my clients. I tell them sometimes the first step or the greatest step that you can take in order to heal trauma and doubt and pain is just simply acknowledging it and sitting with it in that moment and saying, yes, I feel this way. It's okay that I feel this way. I will allow myself 5 minutes to feel this way. I will bitch and I will scream and I will complain and I will cry about it. But I only get 5 minutes. And then I have to decide. I have to take the next step or else nothing will be done. All right, and then we have the last part to that, which is the soul. So, with the soul coincides with the mind and the body, obviously. You need to make value led choices, value led decisions. You need to first assess, what are my values? What are my options? What are the risks? What's the worst thing that could happen? Truly. Because if the only thing that's stopping you is, oh, I'm scared of failure. Okay, well, so is every millionaire, every billionaire at some point was deeply, gravely afraid of failure, but they decided one day, you know what, fuck this. I'm going to make a choice. I'm finally going to stand on business. I'm going to put my foot forward, and the road will rise to fucking meet you because God Source Universe has no choice but to do that. That's how that works. That's how spiritual law works. And so the biggest issue, and this is where my clients come in and they say, okay, well, if I do that, well, I'm afraid of that. Okay, so there's going to be a little bit of fear associated with that as well, but it's something that you have to do. And it's something that you can't be scared of, because if you're scared of it, then you're leading with the intention that something bad will happen. It is spiritual law that if you put your foot forward, the road has no choice but to rise and meet you where you're at and give you more of what you have already done. God Source Universe literally has to repay you for the work and the efforts that you have put in. So again, I will ask you, what is your biggest struggle currently? Mentally, physically, spiritually? What is your biggest struggle? Okay, so we've gone over so far the very common physical, mental, spiritual symptoms that I would say everybody has experienced, and I don't mean in business, but in everyday life, the physical, mental, spiritual symptoms associated with when you are unaligned with yourself and with your purpose. We learned that we have to regulate, we have to clear the trauma first in order to be able to buck the fuck up and decide to make choices that are best beneficial for us. We have to be selfish. And so that's another pretty big topic in the spiritual community. Well, I feel like I'm being selfish. You know what? Okay, it's fine. There are times where it's fine to be selfish, because as long as you are honoring yourself, your truth, your mission, your design, you are benefiting you.